Hello boys, I'm back again with another video, and I'm sure you are growing tired of me and Uncle Romy already, which is the name of the story. I wasn't speaking about me and Uncle Romy, it's James and Uncle Romy. So I've got the spelling words, sight words, and the vocabulary words up on the screen again, just to remind you one more time that it is up on Pearson for you to use and go over. Remember that later this week, we will also be going over some spelling words, which end in the word Y, ISH, and also HOOD and MENT. So that's a lesson for another day. Remember, the vocabulary words are very important so that you'll be able to read and understand the story better. Some amazing words from the story, and then also some challenge words if these words are a bit too easy for you. So I just brought this up just to remind you, and then I am going to now take you through the comprehension. It's a short comprehension that I placed on Pearson for you. And then I will take you through another comprehension in your Readers and Writers notebook. So I'm just going to stop this one and then bring up my, yeah. So it's 5 questions up on the screen that I'm going to show you. So once you log into Pearson, you'll be able to see me and Uncle Romy comprehension is one of the exercises that I've assigned to you online. And then you simply are going to click on start. There are only 5 questions. So question number 1 says, why is James worried about staying with Uncle Romy? A, Uncle Romy has lots of rules. B, Uncle Romy looks scary in the picture. C, Uncle Romy does not like children. And then D, Uncle Romy does not want a visitor. So this is on the very first page where the story starts. It is page 330. Page 330 is where you find the answer to this question. So I'm going to go to the next one. I'm not going to punch in the answers for you. What is James' biggest problem in the story? A, he thinks his aunt will not like him. He worries about his new brother and sister. He's nervous about riding on a train. And D, he thinks he may not have a good birthday. This answer you will also find on page 330 or on page 331, as well as on page 332. That's where you find the answer for this page, page 332. Number 3's question reads, what can you say about Aunt Nanette? She is scary, she's boring, she's bossy, or she cares about others. Based on what we've read about Aunt Nanette, what would you say is she like? One of these 4. Question number 4, where does Uncle Romy take James for his birthday? A baseball game, a cricket game, a football game, or a stickball game? We'll find out. And then lastly, number 5, what did Aunt Nanette and James eat on a rooftop? Was it barbecue, crisps, ice cream, or cake? You decide. Based on the story that you've read and the story that we've heard together in our online lessons, you should be able to answer these very simple 5 questions, okay? So let me just close that down. And then we will go through the comprehension in your Readers and Writers notebook. So boys, what you need to do for me now is turn to page 361 in your Readers and Writers notebook, over here, 361. And this page, or this comprehension, is all about the author's purpose. And we've done a few of these comprehensions in the past before. The author's purpose, basically the reason why the person has written the story, why the author or the writer has written the story. Why? Is it for information purposes? Is it to persuade someone? Is it to entertain or be funny? Or is it to give comments or an opinion about something? Remember those 4 reasons: to inform, to persuade, to entertain, or to express an opinion. So here's a little passage that we need to read through. Let me just make that a bit bigger so you can see. So the passage reads as follows. Philadelphia is a wonderful place to visit. It is a beautiful city with lots of history. The Declaration of Independence and the US Constitution was signed in Philadelphia. You can tour Independence Hall, where these documents were written. The downtown area has several beautiful parks. You can sit in a park and hear live music while you eat ice cream and watch people. Philadelphia has theaters, concert halls, great restaurants, and stores. You can always find something interesting to do in Philadelphia. So that is the writing piece. From this writing piece, I'm sure you can guess just as how much I can guess. what the author's purpose was. The author is trying to persuade people to visit Philadelphia because the author is speaking about many different attractions and different places that can be visited and different activities that can be done in Philadelphia. So the author is writing to persuade someone to actually visit Philadelphia. So down here it says fill in the graphic organizer to tell the author's purpose and also support your response. Then answer the question. Author's purpose to persuade readers to, I just mentioned it, to persuade readers to visit Philadelphia. So we need to find specific facts about from the article. So if we head back up to the story, we need to find facts, things that are true or things that can be proven to be true from the story. So we need to find 3 facts over here from the story, and I'm going to show you the facts from the story on the next page. So just like I said, to visit Philadelphia, and from reading the story, we can say one of the facts are visitors can visit historic sites like Independence Hall and the place where the Constitution was signed. And then also, fact from the article, visitors can relax in beautiful parks. It mentions that there are beautiful parks. And then another fact is there are theaters, concerts, and restaurants and different types of stores in Philadelphia. So those are all things that the author spoke about in the story. And now the last question, do you think the author accomplished his or her purpose? This question means, it refers back to why the author wrote the actual story. So that we know that the author wrote the story, or the author's purpose was to persuade readers to visit Philadelphia and to convince them to go and visit the place, to tell them to visit the place. So it says here, responses will vary. Students should support their answers with facts from the passage. So this basically means that each of you will have a different answer, because this is asking you to express your opinion. So if you say yes, the author did achieve her purpose or his purpose of persuading people to visit Philadelphia, say why. And if you say no, the author didn't manage to persuade people to visit Philadelphia, also say why, but use facts from the story to support your answer. I will just pop in my answer here. Let me just get out my little typing thing. There we go. So, do you think the author accomplished his or her purpose? Why or why not? I'm going to say yes. I think that the author has accomplished his or her goal of persuading people. Why? My reason why would be people enjoy various activities and visiting historic sites. So in the story, I'm going to put that there. So in the story, it mentions that there's a concert halls, which means there are concerts, there are theaters, so people can go to the cinema. There are many stores and many restaurants as well, and there are beautiful parks. So that could be people enjoy various or different activities. And there are historic sites. So people love going to historic sites, seeing what history looked like or places where history took place, especially something as big as the Declaration of Independence or the Constitution of the United States of America. So I used facts from the story to answer my question. So let me just put this over here. And I think I can make it a bit bigger. Okay, don't think I can. There we go. So it's a bit easier for you to see. So yes, I think the author did accomplish his or her purpose, because there are various activities for people to do and there are various historic sites. So people enjoy that and there are things to do in Philadelphia. So that concludes today's comprehension lesson. Remember, vocabulary lists on Pearson. This one, remember to go and get it, download it, keep it, save it, go through it, build up your vocabulary. And then also remember the test or the comprehension, the 5-question comprehension on Uncle Domi, or me and Uncle Domi, the story that we're busy doing this week. And then also page 361 is the page that you need to answer in your Readers and Writers Notice book for this lesson. I will see you next time, boys and girls. Thank you so much for joining me.